Hey everybody, welcome to my very first vlog channel. Yay! So for some of you, you may have come here from one of my other channels, probably The Frog Queen, which is my comic book review channel and gaming channel. Today I just wanted to talk about a couple things that are going on in YouTube recently. That's kind of what this channel is about. It's just to detail some pieces of my life and some things that I'm thinking about, whether it be on YouTube or otherwise. So this is my express myself channel, I guess. Today I thought I would talk a little bit about this recent YouTube drama between JaclynGlen and Social Repose. For those of you who don't know, the two YouTubers were dating and they broke up recently because apparently Social Repose cheated on Jaclyn, just like everyone said that he would. And people are giving this great big "I told you so" to Jaclyn rather than talking about what actually happened between the two. I want to address a little bit about cheating in general and this whole "I told you so" trend, which I find rather disgusting. So, first let me say that I don't believe the phrase "once a cheater, always." People's pasts aren't always a good indicator that they're going to repeat their mistakes. There are definitely those who cheat on purpose because they enjoy cheating. They get a rush out of it when they have a secret and get sex on the side, and it's basically a fetish. It's not a good one, not by any means, and it's not just. I don't think all cheaters are the same, and that everyone who has cheated will definitely repeat. I don't think they're all going to be repeat offenders. I myself have never cheated on anyone, but I had people cheat on me. One person, actually. For me, I was in my early 20s, and when I was engaged to a much older man. Man not being really the right word. Let's just call him child. He was like a 30-year-old child. And, of course, for me to explain the situation, basically looking back, now 34, I can see that, it was all because of confidence issues. He cheated because he felt very insecure about himself, and he found validation whenever he had sex with other people, strangers, and things. I wouldn't have been with him for 4 years if I had known this. This is stuff that, you realize after the fact sort of thing. But I feel like I can now more accurately read the signs of somebody who fits that profile and steer clear. But as far as anyone saying, "I told you so," people told me that about this person. And I was just like, well, I'm taking a chance. And I think Jaclyn saw something good in Social Repose and decided to take a leap. She decided either she believed things or she didn't about his past, and maybe she just didn't care. I don't consider her naive for entering a relationship and taking a chance, even if she didn't see it herself as taking a chance. You're always taking a chance when you're trusting somebody with your heart. Now, I watched one of Social Repose's videos where he says how he screwed up and everything. Basically explains that he cheated and such like that. And he does say in that video that he should probably not be monogamous. And dude, you seem to fall in the same camp as my ex. You are too insecure to be monogamous if you have to validate, you have to find validation in others and having sex with others. Plenty of people don't do monogamy now, so I don't think it's unreasonable for you to be non-monogamous. I don't think it's unreasonable for him to be non-monogamous, or anyone for that matter. Plenty of people don't do it, and yeah, I think mostly because they're afraid and cowardly. Love is seriously for the brave, so like if you can't take it, just get out of the water. My own opinion on non-monogamy is kind of shaky. I think that most people just need to say, I have an open relationship, which allows me to have sex with anyone I want for whatever reason. Instead, there's this great trend of people calling themselves polyamorous, when they have no intention of holding meaningful relationships with other people that they're sleeping with. But that's just my opinion. What's your take on it? I'd like to know. I know everybody's got an opinion about this sort of thing, of course. I've been in the fetish scene for years, which you may or may not know if you've watched my other videos. I do talk about it from time to time. It's public knowledge. My partner and I host fetish events and stuff like that, so it's public knowledge. I'm not afraid to talk about it. Oh, by the way, this is not a free pass for you to send me your fetish fantasies. I really don't want to hear it, especially if they involve me in any way, which seems to be something that happens on Instagram, just because people find out that I host fet events and whatever. They think that this is an open invitation to send me all their nasty little fantasies, and it's absolutely not the case. Do not do that. Talk in the comments about whatever you like, that's fine, but I don't want a bunch of messages directing at me, pretending to be concerned and, oh, am I normal, but then listing me your big jerk-off fantasy. I don't care. That's yours. It's not something I want to know about. If you have questions about, implementation of certain fetishes, fine. I can answer those questions, but only from a technical standpoint, not as jerk-off material. Yeah. But I feel bad for Jaclyn because of what's happening, and I think this happens a lot when you choose to publicly announce your relationship or make your relationship the center of other people's entertainment, which is, what they did. They did stuff together in videos together and stuff like that. And so they chose to put their relationship in the forefront, in the limelight. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But it is, of course, going to have a lot of this backlash and stuff. And I think the biggest one was probably Onision, who was like, I deserve an apology from JaclynGlen because I was right about Social Repose, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. She doesn't owe Onision an apology. Jaclyn, you do not owe Onision an apology. And Onision's being himself moronic about the whole thing, of course, and I'm sure it's on purpose to stir up drama and create views and stuff like that. So I get it. It's not necessarily serious. I'm not taking it seriously, but I know a lot of people are. Of course, viewers get really into this stuff and they think that this is always a true side of someone just because it's in a video, and I don't think that's true at all. YouTube drama, which is probably why I probably won't talk too much about YouTube drama in the future. The only reason I wanted to talk about this particular one was because of this whole question about monogamy, non-monogamous, and cheaters, which I see all the time in the fetish community. People cheating on others and people being disingenuous, or people looking to add other people to their primary relationship and it falling apart miserably. All those things because people just are not honest. Unfortunately, not a lot of people are honest, and it's really sad. My only big thing I could say is that Social Repose should definitely not be monogamous. He needs to work on himself, and I don't mean like, oh, you need to learn to love yourself before you can love another person. I don't think that's true either. I just mean you can't go around hurting people just because, and then blame it on your problems. And clearly you have problems, clearly, like everybody does, but if your problem is constantly hurting others, then you're kind of like a drug addict at that point. Maybe you need to step back, leave the people the fuck alone and work on yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. And sure, have sex, I don't care, like, as long as everyone's consenting adult, what's the harm? But the thing about cheating is it's not consensual. One party is consenting to have sex with another party behind someone's back, and that's not consensual. So that's an important thing to keep in mind, is what is consent, and you need to follow that rule to be, well, a basic decent human being, for one. Luckily, we don't stone people for cheating anymore. But I know a bunch of people are probably verbally stoning Social Repose online, and probably Jaclyn too. Although I've seen mostly white knighting going on and people running around and calling Social Repose this monster. I don't think he's a monster, and like, you can do awful things without being a monster, and people make mistakes. So he's made a couple repeatedly. That's probably something you should work on there, Richie. But I don't think he's a monster. He's just a confused fucking person. Not a good one, but yeah, monster's really harsh. Especially when all these guys are like, well, I would never cheat. I would never do that to Jaclyn. It's like, would you? I don't know you. Your words are just words. So I'm getting off topic here. Harsh off topic. So me sitting here with my tea won't happen too often, I think, on this channel. Maybe once in a while. Depends on what I want to talk about. Of course, please go and check out my other channel if you're into comics and games. It's The Frog Queen. You can also follow me on thefrogqueen.com. This is Strange Disaster, which that's what I am. Being terribly upfront about it all. And this is my office/living room. So thanks for checking this out. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. You know, comment down below. I'm open to talk about just about anything. Yeah, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and all that jargon that all the YouTubers say after every video that gets terribly exhausting. And yeah, thanks for checking this out. Hope you stick around. If not, it's cool. On that note, I guess I will just leave you with some bands that I watched the other day. Stoner Metal Forever. Some of these, one of the bands is Nonstop Action, one of the bands is Dinner Drugs, and the other band is Moko Mokai, who just put out an awesome new album. So check that shit out if you want something good to listen to, and not if you want. You probably won't like it if you like to listen to Social Repose. Anyway, bye.
Anybody else here from Peterborough?
Yeah. Show of hands, who's from Peterborough? Who's got the balls to say that from Peterborough? Alright. This song's got a brand new music video available on YouTube, and it's called Mountains of Madness. Thank you.